Who gives life? This gift is given from above, from a God raining down in love. My spirit placed in my body like a hand in a glove. This is where my story starts. But it came to a halt by no fault of my own when I was stripped away from my mother's womb, the place that I called home. From conception, I'm God's workmanship, my life created for a purpose. But in your sin, please don't decide to usurp it. You say you're not ready. I don't understand. If you're not ready, why was I placed into your hand? I know it might be difficult to believe, but God is sufficient to fulfill all your needs. However I was conceived, God compels you to believe that through the hurt and the pain, God will show you His great name. I am not a clump of cells. The image of God in me dwells. I know it's more convenient to believe that because it's your body, you can dispose of the debris which you believe to be me. But that is a fallacy. My size, location, and level of dependency are not sufficient reasons to dispose of my humanity. You think that bringing me into the world would be cruel, so instead you're about to deny God set standard and rule. One thing you neglect to see is that the decision between a hard life and no life is an easy answer for me. Although you know this to be true, you believe it to ease the guilt inside of you. Mom, God planned your pregnancy out from the start, and He doesn't give you the authority to tear me apart. This deed will not impart release, with making my life cease, will not bring you peace. Dad, this is your hour. Stand up. Don't be a coward. Take responsibility for my mother, because in God's eyes, you're already my father. I know it may be more convenient to believe that because you're the father, you shouldn't disagree. But I urge you to act, and don't turn back, not only for me, but also for you and my mother, because from guilt, you both might never recover. I know you're looking for a solution to this dilemma you're in, but spilling my life's blood won't cover your sin. I know you're scared, but please don't hide. Be the man God called you to be. Don't bring my mother inside. An evil deed was done that day. My parents didn't have a word to say, because I'm their baby they decided to slay. Taken from the womb, I was stripped away. God didn't make a mistake when He made me, but you did that day when you said I couldn't stay. All I could do was hope and pray, but I didn't have a say. God wanted you to raise me as your own. Instead, you placed me on Molech's throne. A far cry from a hug and goodbye. You turned a blind eye and your eyes are dry. You set up a wall so you couldn't feel. You let me go without believing I was real. You thought I wasn't yours to keep. But every night that you go to sleep, you hear me cry and weep. A few years later, you can clearly see that guilt in your soul is because you killed me. You find it hard to breathe because of the grief you feel so deep. You try to find ease, but you still can't find relief. But Mom, Dad, I'm here to say, though you stripped my life away, I'm safe in the loving arms of the God of grace. And there's hope for you despite your misdeeds. Christ died so you can be freed. Freed from the hurt, freed from the shame. In Christ, you're given a new name. Abortion. It's a tragedy, a sign of man's depravity. But the gravity of the insanity of this behavior cannot be stopped by mere disfavor. Church, not a building or a place, but believers saved by God's grace. This is to you as you pursue all that Christ has commanded you to do. The fact that you won't stand has led to the degradation of our land. I know it might be more convenient to believe that because you're the church, you shouldn't intervene, but I urge you today to not shy away. Church, stand as one against the murdering of our daughters and sons. Let us address this with biblical insight, being caring and contrite, that through the gospel of Christ they will be given new life.
dance away.